Hey devs, welcome back to another part in this web browser tutorial series. Let's get straight into it. So, where we left off was, excuse me, sorry, got a bit of a cold at the moment. Where we left off was we'd just created some functions in our data transfer. We made the bookmarks details, save bookmarks, and get bookmark list, and also remove bookmarks. If you've not got everything that I've got, in fact, it's probably better off to download the most up-to-date GitHub project, because I've made some changes. There are a few. I was getting a few errors, so I've basically just I've updated it so the errors don't. Well, there is still some errors that I've come across, some bugs, but we'll sort them out soon. Really sorry about that. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So I actually want to open up the settings file, and we don't have any easy access to that yet. So what I'm going to do is we've got a function in our data transfer class called load XML file. If you don't have it, then you can just copy this. But if you've downloaded the project, then you'll have it. So what we want to do is we want to go on to our settings page, and we just want to add another item to our navigation menu. So we can just do that here. We'll just say navigation, view, item, give it a tag. We'll just say launch, launch settings file. We'll give it an icon, and we'll just make it an open file icon. And the content will be launch settings file. And then what we want to do is come over to our what's happened there? We want to come over to our settings page, and we just want to add else if tag equals launch settings file, I think it was. Let's just double check that. Let's just copy it actually, just in case. And then inside here, all we want to do is go transfer data transfer dt equals new data transfer, and we just want to say dt dot load XML file. Save that, give it a quick run. All being well, we should have like an option now in our settings file to just open the settings file. So this is what we've just created. If we click on that, and then it opens it in your default editor. I've already tested this to make sure it was working. So this might not be all formatted. I noticed mine wasn't, so I had to download an extension for XML formatting. So now I can just click this button and it'll format it for me. But even if it's not formatted, it'll still work. It might just not be as readable. So these are our bookmarks, and we don't actually need these, so I'm just going to delete them. Just minimize that. Let's close that. I think might be an error here. Yeah, I knew there were. Okay, so we just need to deal with this problem. It's looking for the current tab, and as long as it isn't a settings tab, then it'll do something. But the last tab that we opened was a settings tab, so it's actually bringing back null. So what we want to do here is we want to surround this with an if statement and say if current settings tab does not equal null, then do that. Else we want to just do this just to make sure that let's just actually add a console dot write line error fixed. So I'm just going to repeat them steps and make sure that that's just going to right. So we've opened our settings tab, close it, test. So yeah, that's good. So what I want to do, rather than making that go home, we want to do okay, so up here is where we search. So we kind of want to repeat this. So what the problem is it's trying to search, but there's actually no tab selected because we've closed the current tab, which was the settings tab. Unless we click onto another open tab, it's not going to know that that tab is there, or that's our current tab. If that made sense, I'm not sure if that did, but I can understand what I'm trying to say. So, what we actually want to do is we want to actually get the tab that it's on. So if we lose a tab, that error might have to be something we go back to, because it might just be, I mean, now we've added this, it shouldn't give us an error. So we've got test, that loads fine. Let's just close that. So it's not going to search anything. We click that. So the only problem is that it's not selecting this that gets focused. That's going to be something I'm going to come back to. Let's just get the base of this. So we actually just want to add a bookmark. So let's just search for something unique. Let's just go for PlayStation. Search PlayStation. Oh, it's done the same thing again. So let's search that, PlayStation, and then let's add a bookmark. So what we'll do is we'll go here, we'll go to Bookmarks. It's not set up to show anything yet, so then we'll go to our settings file. And as you can see, it's not very clear because it's not formatted, and this is what we're talking about. So if we format it, we've got the bookmark, the PlayStation. That's the URL, that's the title. So yeah, that's worked. For now, for this episode, I'm just going to add the bookmarks to here, and in the next episode, I'll show you how to add a bookmark bar. So to do this, we need to close that. Let's go to our bookmarks settings file. Let's just delete that. And I'm just going to add a list box. Background X null. And just so I've got one there, I've got an item, I can edit it. Height 40. That's fine. And then we can just come up to the list box item that we've created, right click it, come down to edit template, edit a copy. We don't want it to be everyone, so we'll just say we'll just call this let's call it LD for my initials, and then actually no, let's call it PI for pulse ignite, and we'll just say bookmark settings style, settings list style. That's quite a mouthful, but no, actually we'll camel back this. I nearly said camel toe then. Whoops. So we'll camel case it. We'll put application just so it puts it into our app Xaml file. Okay. Then we'll just close that and then open our app.xaml file. Okay, so here we just want to edit how this looks. So we've got our grid. Our content presenter. So we can, right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to add another grid. Grid dot raw definitions, sorry, raw dot, yeah, grid dot column definitions, column definition, that first one will make 40, and let's do another grid. Grid dot raw definition. In fact, let's put this in grid dot raw column 1 raw definitions, raw definition, raw definition. They'll be equal sized. So the content we will put, in fact, I don't think we need the content. Let me just comment this out. Oops. Just comment that line for now, because we're going to add our own content. So the grid so in the first column, it's going to be a favicon. And then row 1 is going to be the title, and then row 2 is going to be the URL. Okay, so let's just add a text block, text. This is our title. Font size, say 18. Font weight, font weight, bold. Text block, grid.row 1, text. This is the URL text. Font size 12. Font weight normal. So that's, oh, sorry, this is my bad. Put it in the wrong place. Needs to be in there. So that's how that's going to look. I'm not keen on that bold. Also, the size is a little bit too big. That's a bit better. Let's do a setter for the height. I think I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than it is. Property, height, value 60. And then I'll just need to remove that. Gives it a bit more room. And let's come down to, don't know what I did there. Let's come down here and we're just going to say vertical alignment center, vertical alignment center, horizontal alignment left, again for this, and I'm just going to give it a margin of 10, 0. Margin 10, oops, 0. That seems okay. Actually, this vertical should be top, I think. It's all about preference, really. This is just me. This is just what I do to the process that I go through to try and just make it look how I want it to look. Setter, property, foreground, value, white, and let's just have a quick, not really. That's a bit better. Yeah, that seems a bit better. So the favicon from the website will be downloaded and shown there. We'll do that in another part. I hate saying episode. I know it doesn't really matter, but it's not the line of duty. Okay. So I think for now that should be alright, and that's pretty much what I want it to look like. So we're gonna do binding. Let's just have a look at this data transfer. So we've got URL title. So let's do binding URL title. Yep. And text binding URL. Just remove that, sorry. So now when we apply our data context, it should just add it to that. So that's all good. We can now remove that from there. Let's give this a name. We'll call it Bookmark, capital it, Bookmark settings list. Actually, we'll just do Bookmark list underscore settings. Save that. Let's go into, right, let's add a loaded event handler, and then in here what we want to do is we want to create a list. These are strings. Might need to be, in fact, let's create a method. We'll do private async void get the bookmark list. Actually, we'll just say get bookmarks. And we want to say list string. Is it string actually? Let's have a quick look. Might actually not be bookmark details. My bad. Bookmark details. Bookmark details equals new list. So then I'll just do a for loop. Bookmark details dot count. Let's create a list box item. Let's call it item equals new list box item. Item dot name. Actually, we don't need to put name yet. Item. So we create the item. Item dot data context equals bookmark details I. and then say dot items dot add item. Is that right? I can't think if that's right or not. Get bookmarks. Oh. No, what am I doing? Sorry. It's equals, right, okay, so data transfer dt equals new data transfer. This is where I went wrong. We'll do await dt dot get bookmark list. That's where we went wrong. And then that's gonna, so first of all we want to say bookmark list settings dot items dot clear, because every time this is called we want to clear out the items so we're not keep adding them to it. Let's just give it a test. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to work. Fingers crossed. So if we go to our settings, bookmarks, just bear with me a second, let me have a look. Yeah, I knew there was something that I'd missed. We actually need to add the style to it so it knows what it's adding. So in here, what we want to do is we want to say item.style equals application dot current dot resources. Then we put the name of the resource, which is this. And, oh, that's not right. Put it in between the quotes as style, and then we try again. Hopefully that worked. So let's go to bookmarks, and there we go, we've got bookmark. Don't click it though because you'll get an error, but we've got it, it's working, that's awesome. Okay, so this has kind of gone on a bit longer than I expected it to, and you know, hopefully you've learned something from this. If you could keep liking the videos, that'd be great. Comment if you need me to answer anything. People keep asking for the source code, but I'm not understanding what they mean because I'm putting the GitHub in the comment section. Sorry, in the description. So if I'm missing something, just let me know. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video, which will be coming a lot sooner than the last one. So yeah, thank you.